Yo, what's going on, Pug? Hey, Pug, I actually been meaning to ask you something. Did you ever get a chance to get that part of the video and do what you was saying? Whatever, whatnot? Because you can. So I remember you mentioning about that crazy thing from a couple weeks ago. Yeah, what's going on here, Lizzo? Hmm. So, since we have a few people here, turn this up actually. Shit, so you guys can hear me a little bit better. But yeah, so I contacted the courts. I went down there this morning, and it's being delivered. Uh, the one where that thing attacked me 2 3 weeks ago or whatever it was at the transfer station is what it's called. It's that 3 hour video where she was waiting for me and stuff. Because you mentioned that you was talking about taking that one little section of it and making some funny little thing out of it and all that shit. Yes, I told you you can do it. I just don't know if you ever back to seeing the comment or not. But I was like, yeah, go for it. But so we have to wait for him to be served for them to go with the issue on it. It's the courts have the records of it. Um, they sent the paperwork to the location that it has to be sent to, and then they're gonna deliver it to him when the time comes, whenever they get it, either today or just coming up week. But he'll get it before the 24th, and then goes from there. And once he gets it, I guess I get notified. I believe they send me a letter afterwards. I don't know how it works exactly for them to notify me that he was notified of it, and there goes that type thing a couple days afterwards too. So, but something interesting though. And if anybody has access to the person's channel or like his information, because I'm not calling OG2, but I am gonna make a statement though. And I want somebody to do me a favor, and I want somebody to get this message to him. And I want him to tell me what magical computer he was using that got access to a court record that does not exist. I want to know this information. I want this information because me myself cannot find this information. And this is me. So how do they find something that I have no access to? If I don't have access to it and we're talking this is me, how do they have access to it? They're not going to give some random stranger access to these files if I don't have access to them because they don't exist. Nothing exists. And he supports Tommy. He actually supports the crazy person Tommy. So I want everybody to listen to this carefully. He supports Tommy. 100% supports the guy. And he says he was an auditor. He says he loved what he did for the community. He was so grateful for everything he did and all this other bullshit. And then he pulls the stunt too. He goes to Leon Valley and he felt all betrayed and fucked over. Really, dude? You got fucked over. Why should it matter? You don't care about anyone but yourself. Everybody else, you're just going to throw him under the bus when you have to. He can go ahead and make 100 fucking videos and talk shit all he wants. But I've contacted every fucking court multiple times in this city, and there is no fucking adjudication or court record that says I cannot own a fucking gun. Nothing exists in this fucking state. Nothing. So I want that to be clarified. I've called multiple times to these court places. Here goes where it gets even bad. The cops that came here to claim this bullshit last year, here's what they don't realize. The first time they showed up on July 3rd of 2018 at around 2:30, they said when I was 5 or 6. They had all this paperwork. Then 3 days later, I think it was, But 2 or 3 days later, they showed up again with a different date. But all they had was a year, though. Oh, it was in 2007 or 2008, but we don't know the date or year or anything. We just know it's one of those two. Oh, so first it was when I was 5 or 6. So in the year of 1991 or 1992. So first it was either 91 or 92. Then it went from 91 to 92 to '07 to '08. What's next? 2030? Yeah, it happened in 2030. Oh, bitch, we're in 2019. You got paperwork from the future then. And it's fucking bullshit. They want to run their mouth about something they don't have the facts of. Here goes another fact, too. This so called paperwork that says I can't own a gun, they refuse to show me this paperwork. If this thing exists, I have the right to see this paperwork, but they still refuse to show me this paperwork. They refuse to return a call back over this paperwork. You ready for the greatest thing, though? I called the place that showed up for the search warrant last year. I actually called them recently. I was talking to the guy that I spoke to for a little bit. He looked in the system, and you know what he said? There's no criminal record that prevents me from owning a gun. And that's coming from the guy that works there at the organization. So there's no criminal record that says I can't have a gun. So there goes one thing that fucks them over right there. No criminal record that stops me from having one. And then they still refuse to show me paperwork that doesn't exist because I can't find the paperwork. And if this happened in '07 or '08, I would have been in front of a judge because there has to be a court order about an adjudication. They don't steal those court orders and tell the person that's behind it, oh, look, we can't give you the information, but we're going to tell every Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants the information. They cannot do that. They're not going to look and be like, yes, Mr. Shade, we're going to steal the paperwork from you. So when you call places and you file for paperwork, you're not going to get it. But hey, Johnny over there, we're going to give it to him, though, because, he's allowed to have it. Yeah, it's all good. Now, the one thing is, too, now, this is a speculation here, but I'm going to say something truthfully, too, okay? And this is truthfully. I contacted OG on this number before. The new one, recently. Now, after finding the fact out that he's in bed with Tommy, I think OG2 gave out my fucking number. He will never admit it if he actually truly did. I don't see him admitting that. But now, with the fact that he's in bed with the man, I think honestly he did. So, all the bullshit they say, who gave my number out, I think it was him. Because I called him from my personal number. One time, though. Only one time I called him. But that's another thing I want to put out there, too. Since he agrees with the crazy man, I think he is the crazy. I think he is the crazy person to do that. So it's just something that everybody to understand if you talk with him or be around that dude, something for you to understand, something to be careful for, because he will stab you in the back as crazy as hell. I heard some information about something that OG's been running his mouth behind my back, basically talking shit, claiming that this and that and all this other stupid shit, claiming something that doesn't exist. Yes, OG2 is it's his username. I don't know what else it is unless he changed it or whatnot. I don't care what his username is right now. Just for the main fact that this paperwork doesn't exist and no one's showing me paperwork. So maybe maybe people start realizing things. But yeah, today's going to be a fun little day. Hopefully everything gets taken care of today. Give me a second. I'm gonna check something for you guys. What the hell did I miss? So, what's up, everyone? Anyway, sorry, I was looking at something real quick, you guys, and shit. Oh, hey, by the way, you guys, at like 2 in the morning, like 4 fucking restricted calls back to back. Let's see. No, it's 3. Sorry, my bad. Well, I wasn't paying attention to the thing, actually. I was reading stuff online, but I wasn't getting quiet. I'll tell you what I fucking feel, dude. I called you on my personal number a few weeks ago when we was trying to talk about some shit. And then magically, the moron that you're in bed with calls me and has been calling me non-fucking stop, and somebody that knew me gave out the number. No, do not delete his stuff. Stop. Stop. Try and talk to him. So, explain something to me. And this is what I want to know. And I really want to know this answer too. How do you find some kind of magical court records that I have no access to? Enlighten us here. I want to hear this one, OG. I really want to do. I really want to know this one too, for sure. Why don't you enlighten the world that they won't give me access to none of this stuff, but they're going to give a random stranger that is not family, not law enforcement, not nothing, information on someone else? Hello? Qualification will be canceled. What records? So you told Tommy on the phone your exact words was, yeah, I looked up his records. He was adjudicated when he was like 12 years old or something. Yeah, he has a mind of a fucking 12-year-old. He's a retard. Really? Really? You have records. Why don't you show these records? Let's see these magical records. Because I called every courthouse that deals with these kind of records in the state of Ohio. No court record anywhere in the fucking world they can find. None whatsoever. Every courthouse, every single courthouse. So if they exist, I would have been notified. I would have been there present for this. The bullshit that you're claiming I'm a crazy person, show me this information. Please show it to me. I would love to see this information. The bullshit of the cops coming into my house last week, or I mean last year, whatever, and all that bullshit they pulled. First, it was when I was 5 or 6. Do the math. I'm 32 years old. I was born in 1986. Do the math. How old would you? What year would it be if I was 5 or 6 years old? You do the math. It was either in 1991 or 1992, depending on the time frame. if I was 5 or 6. It would have to be those years. Okay? It would have to be in 91 or 92. Then when they come back 3 or so days later, oh yeah, it was in 2007 or no 2008. We don't know the date though. We're not sure. It's just one of those 2 dates. Really? But still, no paperwork was showing. I called every courthouse when they first initially stated that. Then I contacted every courthouse again when 2007, 2008 was the new theory. Still nothing. Contacted the Supreme Court of Ohio. Nothing. Appeals Court of Ohio. Nothing. The Federal District Court. Nothing. Guess what? Juvenile Court. Nothing. Guess what else? The probate court where adjudications happen at? Nothing. Standard clerk of courts? Nothing. So every court in the state of Ohio has nothing. So therefore, explain to us, how was I adjudicated? Because if you're adjudicated, you have to go in front of a judge, and it has to be a signed order in a judge. You don't just go this. You don't do that. You don't do this right here. Just type random bullshit. I don't know. A lot of people we talked about. We talked to a lot of people. I talked to more people than I can fucking count on my fingers and toes in the last year, dude. But get to the point. Because you're not understanding the concept that I just said. There is no record. If there's no record, then there's nothing there. Even if there's a sealed record, I would have been notified about a sealed record. Even if something happened when I was 5 or 6, why wasn't I in front of a judge again when I was 18 years old? Why wasn't I in front of a judge again over that at all? Because by law, even if you adjudicate somebody when they're a child, you have to go in front of a judge when they're 18 or 21 or 25, depending on what it's set to. There's 3 different ages that it gets set to. It's 18, 21, or 25. I'm 32. See, no court dates or anything for when I was 18. No court dates or anything when I was 21. And no court dates or anything when I was 25. So 3 main things. So yeah. There's no criminal record that says I can't hold a gun anyways. Nothing criminally either. Nothing at all on a criminal record that stops me from having a gun. And that's already been proven. So like, get rid of that Lisa person now. Bye-bye. Get rid of that thing. That's one of the fucking trolls. If you've seen the record, why don't I have access to it? Why doesn't the courts have access to this? They're not just going to go and be like, yeah, they're going to go look up my information and be like, no, there's no record there, but it's right in front of their screen. It's right there on their screen. They're reading it all. Yeah, no record here. I'm lying, though. I'm just lying to you. No. Oh, my fucking. Okay, let's see. Cuyahoga County Courts, Criminal Division, all of them. Appeals Court, Probate Court, Juvenile Court, District Court, the Federal District Court, Supreme Court. 6. 6 of them. I've contacted all 6 of them multiple times. No court record. I called their on phone, dialed number, talk, gave them all information. Nothing. And yes, like Jada said, please do that though, right there. Go ahead and get a link, whatever you got to do. Email it to me now. Go on there and fill out all the form, whatever it is. Because if it exists, they would have a court record of it. Here goes how sad this is, okay? Why would I have to file a records request for something that is in the system? I wasn't born 50,000 years ago. Because you do know everything is digitalized, uploaded, and everything else, I think, since '05. Here goes the thing. Let's think about this now. So if everything is added to computers and digitalized and accessed that way since '05, here goes the problem in most places. Courts probably go back farther, but most places go back to at least '05, maybe even further. And then what is the right place? What is the right place, OG2? Tell me the right place. Please tell me. Please tell me this right place to look, and I will go do that. Tell me the right place, and I will do it right now. I will do everything right now while we're live. I want to know the right place. Please tell me. And I'll make the calls, all that stuff. Okay, so you pick up the phone and you contact the clerk of courts because you want to know stuff about a thing that's going on. You dial a number, they tell you everything. You don't need to file request forms to take it. That's what you do when you're taking it home. You don't have to file something to call on the phone. Did they pass a new law and like last couple weeks or so where it says you have to file the request forms and then they'll tell you this information? Is that a new law that's passed in the whole planet? Is that like a new law that I'm missing out on? Just like I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be a smartass, but did they pass a new law about that? Because that's what I think they must have done that. They had to have. Because there's no other way around it. There's literally no other way around it. Because here goes the way I could prove about something about places keeping their things up, depending on where it is. A college that I contacted, actually university I contacted a week and a half ago. I asked them a question about a date of something. Just a date. That's all I wanted to know. It was like, let me check and see real quick. Now, this was from 1987 from a college, and it was in their system still, in their computer system, not in their files. Now, I'm pretty positive the courts are going to have things way far back then, back from the '90s. The cops already screwed themselves when they first showed up. They said it was the first initial statement was when I was 5 or 6. Then they recorrected their statement and said it was when I was 7 or 8. I mean, in '07 or '08. 2007 or 2008, I was 21 or 22. There's a big difference from 5 or 6. Very big difference. Big gap in distance. Still no records. Nowhere. Yeah. And if there was a sealed record, I would be notified about that too. And they would tell me if it was sealed. They would tell me, like, look, there's a record here that's sealed, but I have access to a sealed record anyways, but nobody else does. Doesn't matter. Even if the record was sealed, Alaskan, and he's talking about the person he's talking about that. Okay, so I called in. I give them all the information. They're typing while giving them the information, listening to everything, and they pull everything up and they're reading what they're saying. So they're going through everything and they're reading stuff on the court documents that anything that I'm looking for. So you're just going to say that they're that corrupt that they're just going to sit there and go all this typing bullshit and go enter and then, oh yeah, here you go. We're just not going to tell you anything, or they're just going to lie about that. Yeah, see, the police are going to lie about things. Yes, the police will lie about anything they want to lie about, but I don't see why they would. What's up, Emma? But here goes the thing too, the OG. Here goes another thing too. Since you're here, though, it's the other thing I wanted to bring up to you too, because I caught a glimpse of that one video. So you claim that you don't support violence and all this other stuff, and oh yeah, you agree with Tommy. But literally not even 2 minutes later, after you told me you agree with the way he's acting, what did his exact words say? You want to hear what he said? Because I'll let you hear what he said. I'll let everybody hear what the person said. Give me a second. Let me pull this up. Now, give me a second. I want to get my speakers from this too.
It's the wrong person gonna fucking rip his jaw out. You know, I mean, I've actually been pretty fucking nice to him, believe it or not. I could be a lot worse. I just feel like I was a little fucking retarded. I could do a lot more fucked up shit to him. But instead, I just fuck with him.
So he openly admits to you that he's going to do a lot more. He can do a lot more fucked up shit to me. And then he openly admits that he's going after me. And you still want to sit there and have a conversation with the man? Think about that for a second, dude. You say you was an auditor and you like the community and all this other bullshit. You agreed that you like doing this stuff. But here goes something I'm really confused about. You're going to sit there and talk with the person. You have to think about it that way. That's another thing that's coming to my mind too now. You literally sat there and agreed that I'm harassing old people and people in crutches. Here goes the story behind that, though. And I want you to listen to the story. And if you don't believe it, go watch the damn videos yourself. Yeah, I know. You wanted his number. You asked for it. I don't know who this guy is. That's the problem. Offhand, I don't know who he's talking about offhand. That's a problem. I talked to so many people in the last year. I don't even know half the people I spoke to anymore. I don't pay attention to anybody that much. But here goes another thing, too. You have to think about this, though, OG. I want you to think about this for a couple minutes here, okay? And I want you to clearly think about this one. You say that you like all the stuff that we do. Why don't you go watch the video that he keeps on claiming about with the fucking dude in the crunches? I opened the door for him to be nice because I seen the man coming out with crutches. Then he gave me an attitude and run his fucking mouth demanding that I don't record something. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not my fucking father. I don't care. Even if you was my father, that's what I would have to do right there. Give you that right there, basically. Plain and fucking simple. I don't give a flying fuck who you are. If you're not family, you're going to get this. I'm not going to give you the time of day if I don't have to. Then what did the guy do when I was going home afterwards? He followed me around in his vehicle, driving around back and forth, back and forth. So I decided I'm going to walk down the road that he turned down just for the fuck of it. He stopped, we talked. He actually had some respect and he actually apologized on not this situation. Then here goes the other thing too. Listen to this one. The person at the post office, camera, here, phone, facing floor. You know, the floor that you step on, that you walk on, facing floor. Lady at post office, literally, you better not record me. I'm standing straight here, facing her, phone's here. Not recording her. Demands me again not to record her. Camera goes to her. Plain and simple. If you're out recording somewhere and you're doing your thing that you want to do when you was recording, and somebody told you, you better not record me, get that camera out of my face. Are you going to really get that camera out of their face wherever you're recording that? Fuck no, you're not. Don't sit there and be like, oh yeah, I'll be really nice and respectful. No, you're going to be as nice as possible. You're going to turn the camera to that person. You're not going to be screaming, and I wasn't screaming at them either. I stated the fact that I'm not going to listen to these people. Oh, it's harassment. Really, it's harassment. But then you got mad because you got arrested and you want to file a lawsuit against the police for what they did to you in Leon Valley and what happened with your father because his injury. Now, your father's injury, I agree with that stuff because of the fact those handcuffs they had on him for hours and they fucked him up with nerve damage and stuff. That I agree with. But why do you need to file a lawsuit, though? Why should it matter? They're doing their job. They're doing nothing wrong. You got in trouble. for a camera. But this man has been coming after me because of his little boyfriend at the GM plant got suspended for 2 weeks for not doing his job for almost 45 minutes. And I believe you was there for that video, OG. It was the night. It was a couple months ago. It was at nighttime. I was recording. I got done with the security situation. I left. I started walking to get out of that way. The dude on the forklift started acting like a moron. Started saying the shit that he was saying. I just kept on recording his ass. I'm on the public sidewalk doing nothing wrong. I can record anything from the public view. You know this. You know how the rules are. I can record anything. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. No, I feel like you. I said I feel like. I'm not saying you did, but it just seems like you would be the type of person that probably gave out my number. And I'm just asking if you would be honest to admit that. He stated he got the number from someone. He won't say who he got it from, but you had my personal number, and magically he has it now. It just doesn't add up. The puzzles don't fit together all the right way. It just seems really awkward. It actually fits together actually the right way, and technically, if you want to think about it, just the way it seems, just as a bunch of bullshit with that number thing. Now, I'm not saying 100% it was you, but I'm stating the fact that it just seems awkward. No, that's the problem. You can't access this number. This number is not tied to anything. Somebody gave out my personal number. I just know that you had it, and the situation between the two of us, and then now all this bullshit that's going on. But I want you to hear where I'm. I need you. No, actually, he wasn't. He only just started calling me not even a week ago. That's the problem. My old number, he had that one somehow. The number on the app, anybody can have that number. I don't give a flying fuck about that 440 number that I have. This number right here, no one had that number but a few people. A select few people had that number. And this is what I would do right here. And I will tell you the people. I'm not going to give out their numbers. Here goes the only people that is in the auditing community that has this number. Bama Guy 334. The one that should still be here. Who else has this number? Brian King had the number. You had the number. Kyle Haga had the number. Tammy had the number. Jay Morgan had the number. And Jen T. No. Jen didn't get this number yet. No. Jamie Smith, I believe, had my number, but she's not really into auditing, I don't think. She just watches everybody. Monkai had this number. If you can find it. Tay had the number. No, I called you from my actual number here. I actually know I called you. I know you had the 440. Well, I know which number you have too. I called you from this one though. I know I called you on my phone before, unless I called restricted, and I don't remember if I did that. And P&P has this number. There's only like 9 people in the community that has this number, and I have your number saved in my phone. That's how I know I've contacted you before on this number, because I don't save people's number. Oh yeah, and don't forget though, Ozark. I don't have that thing open right now. I'm not signed into it, and I'm not doing it right this second. I'll check it in a second though. I just don't feel like signing in. No, I don't have CNC. Oh no, you were saying hi. Oh, never mind. You don't want to meet who? Okay, sorry, I was on mute. Throw that straw away then. That straw is yucky. The one thing I have to say too, and I'm going to state this the truth too, though, here. Here goes the thing too. Another thing is, if it was such a threat of, all this bullshit of this so-called thing that says I can't own a gun, here goes the problem that I would love to know. One of the most crucial things when I made all these calls to the court cases and stuff and courthouses, okay? And this is one important thing that I want everybody to hear this one. Do you know that there's only two ways to stop a person from owning a firearm? Does anybody know what the two ways are? Does anybody know those two ways? There's only two ways that can stop you from having guns. Number one, everybody should know this one. Criminal record. That's all you need. You need a criminal record. Domestic violence, felonies, federal offenses, any of that stuff. That's the first way. Second way, court ordered. Court ordered. No court order even found in the system. That's the part that makes no sense. But every time I call to talk to the people that raided the house for the weapons, they never return the call back. They just keep on dodging it as much as possible. And that's something everybody needs to think about for a minute there. And I want everybody to really think about that. Seriously. That falls under court orders. That's the thing. It has to be, you have to go in front of a judge over that. If there's any kind of disability that is being rated, that's where the court order comes into effect. It's something you guys have to think. I want you guys to think about that for a second, though. I want you guys to all think about it. They can't find no record anywhere. No record whatsoever. They dodge every time I call in. They get caught off guard when I speak to people about it, try to get this situation solved. And here goes the problem. Do you guys ever see the cops doing this right here? Well, yeah, you broke a law that holds jail time, and we're not going to press charges against you for breaking the law because you're not allowed to have a gun, but you record people. And I've been recording people for months, almost a year since this happened, and I still haven't been arrested or charged with this. You know what they still haven't done to this day? You know what they still haven't done to this day? One of the most crucial things. You have this many days right here, okay? You have 90 days to file charges, indictment charges against that person. Well, guess what? We're at like 300 and I think we're at this many days right here. That's how many days we're at, I believe. I believe is how many days we are. I believe. Okay, here, actually, I wanted to make sure. I wanted to get the right information. It's been 345 days. So I was off by 5 days. So, because I don't want to get the wrong math right now. So let's do this right here. So 90 minus 340 equals 255 days over their filing date. So you do know that if they try to file now, they violated the fucking right to due process, which is what, under the Sixth Amendment. So therefore, if they file today, tomorrow, or on the 3rd of July, and then they come and arrest me over the bullshit, they violated the Sixth Amendment. Because there's no court records either of them filing anything. Where do you think that? Where do you ever see a cop doing? Okay, yes, the man's not allowed to have a gun. He's a criminal. He's this. He's that. So yeah, but we're just not going to file charges on him to put his ass in jail because he records people. Have you guys ever seen the cops being nice to somebody like us? Have you ever seen that in your lifetime? Has anybody seen that yet in the recording industry? Has anybody seen that? The cops ever being nice to somebody like us? Ever? Because I've never seen that. And I've been watching people for a very long time. I've watched hundreds of videos, if not more, maybe a couple thousand videos here and there, to be honest. Has anybody seen that? I haven't seen it yet once that the cops was like, hey, look, we're going to be nice and we're not going to charge you with the crime, even though we say you're broken the law. Who did you see it from, Alaskan? Somebody that they came after them with a warrant, and then they was like, look, we're not going to arrest you over it. They had a warrant for my arrest. They had everything they had. I don't know if it was a warrant. They had a search order. They came in the house, and they took everything out of the house. And, oh, you can't own guns. It's a crime to have guns. It's a crime to have guns. It's a crime to have guns. You can't have guns. It's a crime. It's like, I've not seen that one time that it's a crime for this one, and then they're like, yeah, we're not going to charge you. Yeah, well, if you can try to find it, let me know. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but I've never seen one myself. But since you said it was years ago, but was the person auditor, like, or whatever, or recorder like us, cop watch or whatever you want to call it? That's the thing you have to ask yourself too. Like, was the person actually in the community doing the stuff that we do? Because I just started off. I was only recording for like month and 2 weeks. So like 6, 7 weeks into recording, they came and took everything from my house. I've been out here recording for over 52 weeks. And still nothing. And even if they try to, they're going to hurt themselves in the long run about it. It goes in front of a judge. I'm going to go like, Your Honor, when was the paperwork filed? Oh, yeah, it's filed this day. I'm like, okay, yeah, well, guess what? They failed the due process. They have to file indictment charges within 90 days. You don't get arrested over it, no. But they have to file the charges that they want to convict you on this crime. And then they investigate it and they get all the evidence together and then they come after you and arrest you again. Not just go, okay, we're just going to indict him because we feel like we want to. Because you know why? There's that right to due process for one reason. Because the evidence can be all thrown out because they never did the process that they're supposed to do. So everything they have of evidence can be dismissed because it doesn't exist anymore. They could look at it and be like, how do we know this evidence is real? You failed to do the process that you're supposed to do. So everything you have is now not going to be used in court. So what do you have to claim that he can't have a weapon? You can't use none of that paperwork you have. You can't use anything. So therefore, they screwed themselves. No evidence, no case. So then what's going to happen? The judge is going to look at it and go, not guilty. Double jeopardy comes into effect. They can't charge me again with the crime. They can't just go and be like, well, yeah, we're going to come after you. No, you actually can't. Double jeopardy. Do you not hear the sentence? You can't charge me with the crime. I know, I'm saying in general. Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm trying to bring some light into this room. It's a little dark in here. Okay, that's a little better. Oh, he might know a little bit things. What's up, Dixon? I mean, I would give OG one thing for. I give one thing for OG. He does know the law a little bit. He's okay when it comes down to certain things and about recording and stuff like that. I'll give him that. I'll give him that one right there. But the thing that I can't understand that everybody keeps claiming these records, but there's no way of finding them. Fuck. Well, good to know, I guess. Sweden's here? Hey, what's up, man? I see him join. When did he join? Oh, there he is. He joined a couple minutes ago. When did he join? I joined about 3 minutes ago. Huh. Hey, what's going on, Sweden? What's going on, man? Hey, what's up, Chi-Town? Richard Nixon. Oh, hey, since you mentioned that right there, Sweden, hey, I got a question for everybody here. Okay? So I want to ask you guys this one, okay? Have any of you, and I'm not going to get too deep into politics, seen this yet, but did you guys see the news interview that Trump did just the other day with that news reporter guy, some guy from Fox, when they was in the Oval Office? Has anybody seen it yet? Well, I know someone has, actually. I talked to him about it earlier. Okay. So I'm going to make this really quick for you guys. The news reporter guy, I can't think of his name offhand. I'd have to look it up to see what his name is. He's like for Fox or something. He's a big guy. He's a big famous guy out there. Trump is supposed to be the president. But here goes the thing, though. They asked him a question. Flat out ask him, if Russia, China was to contact you in 2020 with the election and try to tell you they had dirt on your opponent or information on your opponent, would you take it or would you go to the FBI? No hurt in taking it. I'll probably do both. There's no crime in taking it. I don't have to really report it to the FBI. You, dude, and I'm going to state this clearly, okay? For 2 years, $35 million, you scream was a waste. That there's no collusion, no obstruction, no nothing. And then you just literally went on live television and was like, well, yeah, if Norway or anybody wanted to give us dirt on our opponent, I'll take it. It's not a crime. Like, how stupid are you, dude? Like, you got to be stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but for a million fucking ways to hell and back, you're dumber than a box of crayons. If you literally went on live television and said that. Yeah, it would be nice if you could, though, Sue. But it was one of those, like, why did that man say that? Why did he say that shit? Like, I'm sorry, but you're disturbing. And then here goes even the worst part. The man thinks he's intelligence. Okay? Have you guys ever heard of the person Prince Wales? Without an H, without the H. He spelled it with an H. The fucking mammal, the sea creature thing, Wales. Not the country. Like, you're the president of the United States of America and you can't even spell a third grade word. Like, it's a third grade word, dude, and you can't even spell that. Like my 4-year-old probably can spell that fucking word. It's not rocket science. What excuse can he come up with? Like, there's no excuse he can come up with. There's none. Like, there's no excuse on the planet he can come up with why he misspelled a country that he was just at. But it's not as bad as when he went to fucking California for the wildfire. Yeah, that too. Yes, Chi-Town. Yes, yes, yes. Very true. Best school. I'm gonna hide my transcripts and my college records, and I'm gonna threaten them with speed bull craps because they can't release it. Nah, buddy, you can't threaten anybody with releasing your information. It's not a crime. Actually, there's no HIPAA laws that prevent your school records from being released. Only thing that it prevents it is a school policy. But they don't have to listen to you. Schools have policies where they don't release that information, but that's about it. But it's just one of those, like, holy hell, how was this man that crazy? Did he actually say that, Chinatown? Did he actually say that? Because I wouldn't put it past him saying that. Because I would not put it past him saying that shit. Oh my God, I would have to. One thing that was really sad? And shit, I'm gonna have to find the video of it. And I actually stated this before. You guys can look it up too. I think no, I actually posted on Facebook. Actually, I posted on my Facebook a while back. You have to go there, find it on my Facebook, and see it. Now, and I'm gonna tell you something. This is sad as fuck. Okay, so Trump took a trip to the border a couple months ago. He's talking to border agents, and he's talking to them, and they told him this is what he literally. This is what they told him. Oh yeah, about 400 and blah 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 people so far tried crossing the border, and this and that and all this other stuff. And they told him how many people was this descent or this race or whatever it was, or this country, whatever you want to call them, where they was coming from. This is what he literally said 5 minutes later, basically, on another video. Yeah, they had ISIS, Al Qaeda, a couple Chinese people, 150 other people. None of this was said. None of this was ever said at all. Not one of it was said. Really. So you have all these people that cross into this border that was never said to you. So you're just making up names when you see fit? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm confused. It's like this is exactly what it's like. This is how it is talking to him. You'd be like, "Yes, Mr. President. We had a Barney come over from the border. Like, he dressed as a Barney, man. And this is him. Yeah, Godzilla came over the border with like 53 people, and they all had bazookas in their hand. And that's what he's going to say to the news. It's like, dude, there was one person dressed in a Barney costume. Where did you get 53 people with bazookas and a dinosaur? Like a fucking prehistoric Godzilla dinosaur. Like, where did that come from? And that's exactly what he'll say. No, this is the best theory that I've ever had. This is the best theory I've heard that somebody said. I can't think of the person that said it. It's a comedian. And this is what he said about Trump. This is how you screw Trump over. If he did something wrong and you go like this right here, you'd be like, yeah, see, when this is what they said, somebody's like, yeah, see, when he grabbed that girl's ass over there was 5 people in the room, and this is him. Nah, man, when I grabbed her ass, there was 12 people in the room. That's all you have to do. That's how you fuck him over. You just throw a number out there, and he's gonna recorrect you by saying a different number to fuck you over. But fucks himself over at the same time. Like, no, I didn't rape that girl because there, there's 12 people there. It wasn't 5. Oh yeah. Wait, dude. Did you not just hear the accusations? They said there's 5 people there when you raped her. No, there was 12. Yeah, I didn't do anything. There was 12 people there. You moron. I'm sorry, but that dude, he's about as smart as a box of rocks. I'm sorry, but he is as smart as a box of rocks. Shit. If I was old enough, I would run for president, but I still got 3 years to go. So as soon as I can run for is 2024. That's as soon as I can run. Me, I wouldn't want that job anyways. That would be too damn stressful. I wouldn't want that damn job. I honestly would not want that job. The one thing that's really funny, Jada is going to run for president. Go ahead. I'll vote for you. See, one thing that I want to, I think, well, here goes the thing actually, though, Richard. Actually, there's one thing too, actually, about that. A lot of people want to bring up about airstrikes and all that thing, but it's actually been proving about one thing. Yes, Obama did drop a lot of airstrikes in his time in office. In 8 years, he did a lot of bombing with drones and shit. A shit ton of them. Like I think it's like 1900, I believe. Trump is already in the 2000s. He's not even on his full year. He hasn't even done a full 4 years yet, and he's already over fucking what a person did in 8 years. I'm sorry, but I call some like what the fuck type shit. If I become president of Alaskan, I'll make you my VP. How about that? You be the VP. No, see, that's the thing. The VP doesn't have access to the nukes. Only the president does. I think it's fucked up that he got arrested for speaking the truth. To be honest, to be dead serious, I really think it's fucked up. Here goes one thing that in my honest opinion. Okay, this is my honest opinion right here. Okay, so what's up, Eric? Uh, he was arrested for free speech, journalism, all this other bullcrap. Okay, everything he posted was true. Not anything of that shit was wrong. But here goes the problem though that I have with it. That I have one problem I have to say. Look at all the other people out there that have social media sites and everything. Look at all those people out there in this world. For one, look at Facebook. You don't get privacy on Facebook like they claim you do. And the man's a billionaire. That man has like $60 billion. And all types of private information is put out there and was sold off to people. It's already been proven that people's information was sold off before. You can look that shit up. The man's a billionaire. And that's okay. But a man that speaks the truth, that just has money, that has a website, an internet forum that people can access, he gets arrested. Like, I'm sorry, but I call bullshit. I call fucking bullshit. What I call? In my honest opinion, it's fucking bullshit. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So far today, 7 fucking calls today. Yeah, it was right here for us too. Oh. Who wants a bottle? Who wants to get a good beating? Pretty much, yes, he is. He is actually getting the real fuck over. Well, we're going to be going in a little bit. We just got to wait for somebody to show up. That's all we're waiting for, Bubba, and then we'll go. Okay? No, you know better. Go. But yeah. So. Nowadays, you get arrested for looking the wrong way at somebody, which is kind of stupid. I'd be honest, and I think it's dumb as hell that you get punished for. Oh fucking hell! It's crazy that you get punished for bullshit ass reasons. I gotta shave again right here. I gotta cut my hair again. I think I gotta look like a bald person. Oh shit! Bobo, you wanna do me a favor? I throw this away for Daddy so I can put this on. No, you know hit no one, no. Go throw it away, please. Yeah, everybody's seen it already. Go throw it away, because I'm going to turn this off and we can get ready. No, put it in the garbage can now. Garbage can. Put it in the garbage can. Not over there, over in the garbage can. The gallons go over there. Well, listen, I will catch up with everybody else. Good, go that way now. Go that way. Everybody will see you later, okay? They'll see you later. Go, or I'm going to give you the tickets. But listen, you guys have fun. I will catch everybody later. I'm waiting for somebody to get here, and I got to heading out to go do some stuff. You all have fun. Stay tuned for the next video.